Giselle here. Today I'm going to be making this video because if you guys remember the video that I posted a while ago, or basically in the weekend while my parents were out in the birthday party and I was staying at home for tonight to keep an eye on Murphy. Today I wanted to let you guys know, there is a reason why I wanted to make the maid outfits personally. Because ever since I got inspired by these two outfits I found on DRCOS, which I mentioned this before, or I didn't mention this at all. I didn't mention on my video, the last one I posted, but yeah, DRCOS, they are basically this free printed pages and Japanese paper templates to sew. I wanted to let you guys know that what's the reason why I decided to print it to make this type of style is because I was so inspired by this because I wanted to, it reminds me of like having like maids. And sorry, I just dropped my papers because this is a circle skirt for the frilly one, really tight. And the reason why I want to do this is because this got inspired me to do making like almost like twin sisters. So I will explain the first sister. Her name is Yuki. Now, I'm thinking I'll give her last name, but I'll think you guys below maybe. If you guys have any last name suggestions in Japan, please let me know in the comments so I can look at them as soon as I can. But if not, you can check out my, you can also comment me on TikTok or comment me on TikTok so you guys can have any ideas. But back to Yuki, I wanted to give her to give the style of cute and sweet type of girl, but also very shy and nervous. And that term, hold on, let me find that term. The term, it is called hadidere or teredere. Now, this term means that they get very shy and basically embarrassed to interact with one person that they're close to, especially. But she's kind of almost that, but she is but she's definitely comfortable with her other twin sister, Yuna, which I will explain that in just a minute. Yeah, so she's very shy, she's really sweet, she can comfort you no matter what, despite through all the things she's been going through in the past, which I'll explain after Yuna's personality. Yeah, and she's always willing to do what it takes to make sure to get things done and also have a cheerful expression on her face, like smile all the time, but understanding, but definitely knows is a bit shy. But if you guys are interested in the kind of really cute kind of style like Yuki, there's her other twin sister. Her name is Yuna. Now, Yuna is basically a serious type of girl who definitely is not in for funny business or something like that. So the term of that I'm looking for, because I'm sure I have a type of term, and that is, hold on, kudere. Yeah, kudere. Now, kudere is actually a term that basically like the ones who is stoic, serious, and cold and unemotional at the time, but when they're close to someone, like specifically like Yuki, they're basically deep affection and protective, almost like guardian angels, so often like that. And she is very like very strong, doesn't afraid to get her hands dirty. She's willing to do what's right and even protecting her twin sister Yuki. And she's always just making sure like no one's messing around when she's getting things job done as well. But there's and if you guys are asking questions, what is the backstory between why was Yuki so shy and why was Yuna so serious and cold? That leads to this really dark, sad backstory from their past, and I developed it just a bit, but when they were kids, they basically were like every normal kids, like being happy and smiling with each other, just having fun. And their parents, Sakura and Haruto. Basically, this family was very sweet and kind to one another. They've always happened with each other. They support each other with their, no matter what passion they're for, and they're willing what to do. But that leads to a very sad realization. According to, if any, but to the people who knows them from school, was basically that their parents passed away died in a car accident. And this is not actually a true story. This is basically a story idea I thought of in my head. I might use this, and I might have to look back on this video and can use that idea. But I'm still working on that legacy generations, so maybe that in the future. But back to the story. Their parents died in a car accident because someone who was drunk basically got in a car accident. An incident happened, and they basically went to the orphanage, and they didn't have their parents, but the children of their parents were sent to the orphanage, and they had to be taken care of by this woman, by this cruel caretaker who was not nice at the time. This woman, let's call her Yukani? I don't know. But I will give her Yamato, even though it's weird. I'm gonna call her Yamato, okay? So male, so non-female, male. And it was by this horrible man who was basically cruel to the children, alongside with a woman named... I'm figuring out the name, Yuri. So Yuri is basically the one who master planned of basically making things bad for the kids in the orphanage, especially the twins. Now, she instantly makes a lot of like cruel and thinking like, oh, I'm going to bully these kids and I don't care for it. And that alone actually triggers Yuna, not Yuki, Yuna. That triggers Yuna because Yuki was being bullied constantly by some little kids, and they were cruel to her, because of Yuri's influence on them. So basically, Yuna didn't have no choice, or did what was right. She protected her twin sister and decided to just have gotten into a fight. That did cause Yuna to have a bit of a problem at the orphanage and got in trouble a lot, but it was worth it for her to protect her twin sister. So she's not a bully, but she is a little bit cold, but she's willing to protect her twin sister, the only family she has since their parents died in a car accident. And basically, that still kept on to this day, and what Yuki developed a hajirere, which means that she developed it being shy and not really wanting to interact with other kids in school because of how the bullies been going through back in the village, or back in the orphanage. I'm sorry, not village, orphanage. I'm sorry. Well, that all changed basically because when the master, that's Mr. Master Shintaki. Yeah, let's call him Shintaki. That's the last name. I'm trying to figure out what good last name I get for him, but Shintaki is fine. So Shintaki found these twins and basically thought, why not take care of them and treat them as my own daughters? And basically, that leads to Yuki doing a little trusting on Shintaki, while Yuna is just looking focusedly on Mr. Shintaki. But they do trust him, and they let him in, and they accepted to be as their adoptive daughters. And yeah, and then all these years they basically been his adoptive daughters for a long time, since now as their teenage years, and now almost adult years, almost, because they're like 20. I think I'm around like 20 years old, like me, or me back in 2025 or 2025, yeah, last year. So So there is also, I wanted to ask you guys about this. There was this question that I thought to myself, what is the role behind being a maid? Well, the Shinteki Corporation is actually a high class secret society organization, which meaning that they work with the government, basically working to stop the criminals, stop the bad things that's going to happen in place. And his two adopted daughters, who were maids, but they are very, very good at their job, do that. So I imagine Yuki good at like bow and arrow and basically a sword. So basically she's has a sharp, clear mind of what the next target is. So she's kind of like the smart, shy, is the smart and the genius of the twins, basically. And as for Yuna, I would say that she uses her fist and gun for sharp range. So she's this cold-blooded warrior and fighter. She's a really good fighter, and William was right. So yeah, that was my inspiration too because of these outfits. So yeah, that's probably that. I'm gonna keep printing. There's one more print thing I have to do. Because the reason why I print out something, there was a circle skirt, because I imagine she has circle skirts like that are detachable, because I could not find a good one, but I found this video from someone who has done cosplays of Cruel from Seraph at the end, I think. Seraph at the end, and Cruel's basically is almost like a circle skirt type of sleeve, so I'm going to be doing modified on this one. This is a circle skirt. I know it's weird, but we're going to work with it. Then, so yeah, so I imagine that. And the arm covers, because it's like for Yuna, for arms. And yeah, so I'm going to be continue working on it and hopefully and do my best I can. So that is it for me. I just want to let you guys know that this inspiration of what I wanted to give from the characters, but if you guys, oh, and I almost forgot, if you guys have any really good story topic ideas, I will be keeping updated on TikTok or on YouTube. It's fine. Just let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I'll reply some really good ones, and I'll see who gets the good ones. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is ArmyStay141. I still have that. My Facebook, it's my name, Ella Morgan. So, and my TikTok is ArmyStay. So it's it for me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to click the notification bell that every time I post a new video, I will be notified on, or you guys will be notified on that. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.